The classic flamer, you know the type. They're not logging on to have a civilized chat or share a laugh. No, they're here to wreck the place, one fiery comment at a time. You could post a picture of a harmless kitten and somehow they'll find a way to call you a brain-dead sheep for liking it. Logic, not their strong suit. Facts, completely irrelevant. They don't even need a reason. Half the time they're just lobbing insults into the void, hoping anyone will bite. And when someone does respond, oh, they love it. Because that's the real game, getting a reaction. The more emotional, the better. They're basically the online version of a guy setting off fireworks in a library. Loud, messy, and absolutely delighted with themselves. If you ignore them, they get bored and disappear. If you engage, you're adding fuel to the bonfire they've been desperately trying to light. It's not about winning, it's not even about being right, it's about chaos. Pure, old-school, internet forum chaos. Proper caveman behavior, really. If you ever wondered what happens when a toddler throws a tantrum and learns how to type, well, now you know. The Grammar Policeman. The unsung hero of absolutely no one. While the rest of the internet is out here having conversations, debates, sharing ideas, this one's armed with a red pen and a superiority complex. Forget your brilliant argument. Forget your heartfelt story. You used your instead of your, and now everything you said is invalid. In their eyes, one typo means you're clearly uneducated, unemployed, and unfit to use the internet. It doesn't matter if you just cured cancer in the comments, you accidentally wrote there instead of there, so you're officially an idiot now. They're the people who think winning an argument means spotting a missing apostrophe faster than a cheetah spots its prey. It's not about understanding, it's about correcting. Loudly and smugly. Always smugly. Half the time they even get it wrong themselves, but by that point they've already disappeared into the shadows, off to correct the next unsuspecting victim. At the end of the day, the grammar policeman isn't looking for a conversation, they're looking for a mistake, and when they find it, oh boy, it's the highlight of their entire day. Proper sad life, really. The biter. Now, the biter's a special breed. They don't want to debate. They don't even really have an opinion. They're just here to poke the bear and see what happens. They'll say something absolutely outrageous, like pineapple on pizza should be punishable by law, and then sit back with their feet up, watching the chaos unfold like it's their own personal Netflix show. It's never about what they said, it's about how many people they can get frothing at the mouth over it. The trick is, they never fully commit. When called out, they'll pretend they were just joking or playing devil's advocate. Cowardly behavior, really. And the best part? The moment the comment section turns into a full-blown civil war, the biter just vanishes. Off to drop their next little grenade somewhere else. No shame, just pure weaponized nonsense. If you ever find yourself arguing passionately under a post about biscuits versus cookies, chances are you've been baited, and the baiter's already halfway to the next fight, laughing their socks off. The one-word assassin. Minimal effort, maximum irritation. While most people are out here typing full paragraphs, this one strolls in, drops a single word, and somehow manages to ruin everyone's day. Lame. Cringe. Sad. That's it. That's the whole contribution. No context, no argument, not even a cheeky emoji. Just a tiny, miserable word dropped like a dead fish in the middle of the conversation. They won't explain themselves either. If you dare ask them why, they'll either ignore you or double down with another word. Cope. Their whole goal is to sound so dismissive, so unimpressed, that it stings more than a proper insult ever could. It's like being heckled by a grumpy cat. Pathetic, really, but annoyingly effective if you let it get to you. Best move? Treat their comment like you would a fly buzzing round your tea. Quick flick, no drama, back to enjoying yourself. Because trust me, the one-word assassin's biggest fear is being ignored. The know-it-all troll. The know-it-all troll. The internet's self-appointed professor. No matter what you post, this one knows more, knows better, and knows it louder. You could be talking about growing tomatoes, and somehow they'll show up, claiming they've personally advised the Queen's royal gardeners. Every comment is a lecture. Every reply is a smug correction, and if you dare disagree, well, clearly you're just too uneducated to grasp their towering genius. They love big words, obscure references, and pretending they've read 12 different studies on the topic, even if, deep down, they're just winging it like a GCSE student on exam day. The know-it-all troll isn't here to learn, or share, or even discuss. They're here to win. Win what exactly? Nobody knows. Probably a sad little trophy in their mind that says, congratulations, you've bored everyone to death. Part of the time, the things they say aren't even accurate, but by the time you fact-check them, they've already moved on to correct someone else about something equally pointless. The I'm just asking questions guy. Now, on the surface, they seem harmless enough. Just a curious little soul, right? Wrong. This one's a master of mischief, hiding behind fake innocence. They'll drop something outrageous like, is it possible that pigeons are actually government drones? Then sit back with that smug grin, acting like they're just sparking healthy debate. They'll never outright say what they believe. Oh no, that would make it too easy to call them out. Instead, it's all, I'm just asking and can't we have a conversation anymore? Translation, they want to throw a hand grenade into the room, and when everyone starts shouting, they pretend they were simply curious. Professional troublemakers, but with a halo strapped on. And the moment you try to pin them down, they'll wriggle out faster than a politician at a press conference. One minute they're flirting with flat earth theories, the next minute they're just exploring ideas, mate. Deep down, they're not here for truth. They're here for chaos, wrapped up in a neat little bow of plausible deniability. Clever? Maybe. Annoying? Definitely. The meme bomber, the human equivalent of a sticker book being thrown at your head. While most people are writing actual replies, the meme bomber just spams random pictures and low-effort memes like it's going out of fashion. No context, no conversation, just a steady stream of minions, crying cats and badly compressed reaction faces. You could be having a deep emotional discussion about climate change and suddenly, boom, they're dropping a pixelated Shrek saying, lol, who cares? They think they're being hilarious, edgy, even profound sometimes. But really, it's just noise. Loud, colourful, brain-melting noise. If you try to engage with them properly, it's hopeless. They'll just reply with another meme, then another, until eventually you either give up or start questioning your life choices. The meme bomber isn't here to agree, disagree, or even troll properly. They're just here to flood the timeline with so much nonsense that serious conversation drowns. Think of them as the online equivalent of someone running into a lecture hall in a clown costume honking a horn. Funny for about 3 seconds, then painfully irritating. The wall of text troll. Now here's a real character, the wall of text troll. While normal people type a few sentences, this one shows up and drops an entire novel in the comments. Massive blocks of unbroken text, no paragraphs, no breathing room, just endless streams of words that hit you like a brick to the face. You scroll once, you scroll twice, still scrolling. At some point, you start wondering if you've accidentally opened a dissertation. They'll rant about politics, history, philosophy, and somehow loop back to ancient Rome by the end. Always dramatic, always exhausting, and here's the kicker, they genuinely think you're going to read it all. Every last word. Most people just glance at it, sigh, and move on. But if you do skim through, you'll notice it's usually filled with half-baked arguments, wild assumptions, and about 12 conspiracy theories mashed together. No sources, no clear point, just pure, relentless rambling. And if you dare reply without addressing every single paragraph, oh, prepare yourself, because now they'll accuse you of not understanding their argument properly. The Sockpuppet Army. Now, if you've never spotted one, congratulations, you've probably been arguing with one without even knowing. These are the trolls who don't just hide behind one fake account, they build an entire army of them. Different names, different profile pictures, but always the same mission. Make it look like loads of people agree with them. One account posts something ridiculous, 5 more accounts show up to back it up. Totally agree, mate, spot on, bruv, facts, all fake. It's like watching one bloke clapping for himself in a stadium full of empty seats. Sad, desperate, and oddly impressive in a very tragic way. They'll even argue between their own fake profiles sometimes, just to make the conversation seem lively. And if you call them out, oh, they'll pretend you're the crazy one. You're just mad because everyone disagrees with you. Yeah, everyone, who just so happens to have suspiciously joined yesterday with no posts and a stock photo for a profile pic. At the end of the day, the Sockpuppet Army isn't there to win an argument. They're just trying to look less lonely on the internet. Which, honestly, says more about them than anything they could ever post. The first commenter. Ah, the legendary first commenter. A true relic of internet history. The moment a new post goes live, this one sprints in like it's the Olympic final, smashes their keyboard, and proudly types, first. No comment on the actual content, no opinion, no thought whatsoever, just first, as if planting that tiny flag in the comment section somehow wins them eternal glory. Back in the early days of the internet, it was almost charming, a cheeky little race to see who could show up fastest. But now? Now it's just a sad echo of a time when being early to a post was the biggest flex online. Even worse, sometimes they aren't even first. They show up 5th, realize too late, then try to style it out with a casual top 5 or a desperate early squad. Mate, no one cares? It's like turning up to a party, kicking the door open and shouting, "I'm here! Congratulations, mate!" Now what?